Good evening, everybody, or good morning. Welcome to the channel again. My name is Casper, and today we're going to looking at the overall ETFs that we have. The gold miners, silver miners, uranium miners, oil, gas, marijuana, all that good stuff we're going to look into. But first, hit that like, hit that subscribe button for me, please. I will highly appreciate it. If you like what I do, please do that. As always, comments, put in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Any questions? Everything is open. And yeah, let's dig right into it. ETFs, which is a video for itself now. Before we had it together with daily commodities, but now we'll just do only ETFs in this video. Every Monday it will get released. So, alrighty. The GDX, again, gold and silver miners, ever since the high here back in mid-2020, it has been a long-term pain. And it still is. Again, I think gold and silver, the metals themselves, are very close to something major. But again, we need the confirmation for the GDX and the SILJs and so on. This was the uptrend, and now we have broken down. So what is positive is that we are above that level here at a roughly 28, 29 in a bull flag here. So hopefully we can shoot to the upside here and negate all this breakdown here. But for now, again, the big breakout is up here at around 40 actually before we get things really going. And they are quite some way up there, but we're looking for some early signs where we could potentially start to have a move here. But again, the past 2 weeks has been quite nice. Green candles. Last week we have a big wick here, not ideal, but let's see how the week goes. Again, the GDX and the SILJ, the gold and silver miners ETFs are for me very hard to draw, from a technical point of view because they are very messy. So the GDXJ looks a tad better in my view. You still have that uptrend from the that we looked at before, and an early sign could be that we can take out this golden rail right there, get above there, and then we are in for a move for that long-term golden trend line. But again, as long as we are below, it's not the best view. You could argue, right, that we have some sort of bullish formation right there, and yeah, again, we need to break above that one here at around 37, 38, give or take. Yeah, downside obviously, well, not obviously, but you have some levels here that you don't want to get below. Again, we could have some topping pattern here in this overall long-term formation, so keep that in mind. SILJ, again, a very messy chart. It's hard for me to get any real technicals on where we are. However, I will try to do my best. Here we have a blue minor setup, a shorter term bullish setup. Again, we need to take out the blue upper trend line here, and then ultimately you want to take, at least I want to see a takeout of the 32 and that golden double rail right there. This is the big one for me, because when we can take that one out and then the horizontal, then we are in for a move actually of the long-term resistance, which starts here. So the first initial very early signs is that we break up from here, or if we get down and touch that golden lower and then break to the upside, then beautiful. Then we have like the initial steps that maybe could point to that we are going in that direction. The SILJ looks not the best, to say the least. We have broken down from this one here. You can see the break down here all the way up, and now we broke down again. Some sort of retesting a bit higher, and now we are below again. Not ideal. What we want to see is that this one here resolves to the upside for some reason. But until then, and we are below that long-term golden trend and the lower one, so it's not looking quite good here. I think I noticed that if you went to that, but no, it doesn't matter. Okay. So yeah, we need this one to resolve to the upside basically. And I have a bias that it will, because I think, as mentioned, gold and silver will go higher here in the next quarter. And so you should see some early signs on these bad boys here. Ultimately, we want to take out this rail right here, especially the upper one. When we get above here, game on. Fourth go, that will be 100% game on for the gold, the silver miners in this case, the juniors. So uranium, my favorite sectors, and many of you actually, I think most of the people who are watching this and also on Twitter are uranium bulls, um, or uranium. They like this sector, so and they should. It's a big sector. So look at these two past beautiful, beautiful green candles after we broke that one right there. Amazing. So overall, it looks fantastic. Again, we are currently at, yeah, the 24.3 as we've been looking at the upper. There it is, the upper end of that long red trend zone, resistance zone, excuse me. But again, this is beautiful all over. Again, when we take out a weekly close above this $24 level, 24.3, which is the max, you can see the highs there from the shoulder. Beautiful. Then we are negating that overall head and shoulders with the neckline here. So getting above the highs here at 24.3 will be a nail in the coffin, in my view, that the bulls, the bears, are no longer in control, because they were at some point. Also, let me show you quickly here. Go to the what's it called? The Australian miners today. Look at this one here. 2%, 9, 6, 11, 7, -8, you know, green all over the place this morning for the Australian uranium miners. Again, the US and the Canada stock market is closed today, so that's a shame, but this is a good start to the week from the miners down under. URNM, look at this one here. Oh, I love it. I love it. My favorite sector, finally doing something bullish. We have a weekly close, or a weekly higher high for the first time in like 2 years, right there. It's a minor one, I know, but we have taken out the 38s, big level. Beautiful. You can see it here long term. We have, that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful breakout here of that long-term bullish pennant. Also, you had the head and shoulders formations here, so that's also very soon to be negated. Beautiful. I cannot say more than this. Other than that, it's insanely beautiful. Not to spend too much time here. URNJ, the juniors, beautiful. That was a breakout retest. A lot of green candles here, hammer here. So that's overall bullish. And I think when we take out that high here at around 20, we go for that all-time high right there. Beautiful green uptrend channel. I love it. Lithium actually looks very, very bullish once again. You know, I bought this breakout here, and then I got stopped out here. And now we are all the way down here. And look at this candle formation right there. Big red bar, a candle, doji or harami, and then you have a green here. Also, we are back into the squeeze, which is very, very important as well. You can see this is looking like a false breakdown. And now we have actually the third impulse lower low, maybe. Again, I would obviously prefer if we went all the way down here. But anyways, this is just as good. So if we can start to see a breakout here again, then I will be a buyer. I really will be. So I will be buying here or when we break out there. Until then, I just look at the price and see what happens, and I don't rush into anything at all, really. That's my view. Again, also we are below this pivot low here, the second one, and then we have the third one here, obviously. So the signs will be that we get back in and then back above the third impulse low, and then we will break out. Then I have my check mark list that I'm going long again. And again, I could be stopped out, but that's my entry. Long term of the Brazilian stock market is beautiful all over. There it is, excuse me. I'm waiting to buy this one right here. That level right here together with that one coming down here. You can see the interactions or the connections. So when we get a break here at a roughly around 34, 35, then I have a long-term position that I will deploy. It gives like 10% dividend or so, 8%. But long-term, let's look at it here. This is a 20-year-long pattern or 15 to 20-year-long pattern in the making. And this one right here, there it is, will be the final nail to say we go long right now. It's a beautiful pattern. And as mentioned, when the dollar starts to drop, you will see emerging markets do very well on a weaker dollar. You can see the exact same here back in the early 2000s into 2008, where the dollar went down quite a bit. You had these ones just doing from 5 to 100, you had like a 20 bagger. And again, you can hold this for 5 years. In my view, that's what I will do. And you will collect, amazing, well, pretty damn good dividends for that period of time before we reach, where we will start to take profit. It's a great long-term setup. We have NVIDIA here. I know it's not an ETF, but we are following it, and I don't have any other series that I can put it into. So here it is, the NVIDIA. Again, keep surprising me. We had this one here, fake out, and then we start to break down. I said, nice, we're going to close the gap. No, then we had some FOMO into the big earnings. This is the earning candle, closing at the highs at 505, all the way down again. And now it's, again, look at the RSI here. It starts to fizzle out, in my view. Again, it could take longer than expected, but that's, lower highs on the RSI, and you have higher highs on the chart. So definitely momentum is getting out of steam. And again, I'm not going to buy this by any means. I just want to show it because we started to follow it when it started to make this big break up here, or this big gap up, excuse me. OIH, oil. It's too bad that we don't have oil to look into, because oil just did some crazy reversals for the past 10 trading days. We didn't get down to the 75s. Actually, let's look at it. Doesn't matter. We'll do it. We will do it very quickly here. Look at this one here, just to show you guys. Okay, why is missing some drawings? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Horizontal right there. And when I said this was a fake out to the upside, and we are probably going down to that one right here. I don't know why my lines are missing. I'm very sorry for that. So I thought we would go all the way down to roughly the 75. But clearly no, we just pulled back, and then boom, right here we are, at 85 all of a sudden, above this one here, above the big 82. Strong, very, very strong. Okay, into OIH, which is also just fantastic. I don't need to explain much, really. I think you have been seeing the charts many times. Long-term golden trend line coming down here. Some fake outs, retest, 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 and now we are back above that major retest high with a breakout retest. And yeah, assumption. I say that a lot, but this is a beautiful, beautiful setup. And again, if you're wrong, for some reason, if oil starts to tank, you have an easy exit right below that candle there at 326, give or take. So the risk reward is great here, and I think oil will go a lot higher than people might expect. So yeah. I think this one, if oil goes close to 100, this one could be an easy double, by the way. Again, not financial advice at all. Oh, XOP, XOP. Again, big long-term pattern here, inverted head and shoulders for the past 5 years, 10 years. And what's happening now? Let's remove that one from last session. Look at this one here. We are breaking out. Oh, let's go to the weekly, doesn't it? We are breaking out of that bad boy right here. This right shoulder squeeze formation. Ever since we broke out here, as you know, we talked about this one, break out the retest on the weekly, then boom. And then we had the touch here, a small pullback, and boom again. Very, very strong. And I think, personally, now we are going for the big test of that long-term neckline right here. That's a neckline at around 175. And at some point, if we can take it out, you are looking at prices that are way, way higher for this XOP. This is the nominal, the nominal value measured move for this head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulders, and this is the log one. So that is 1,000. Yes, and we are at 150 right now. Beautiful. Also beautiful is the POTX, the global cannabis sector. Again, this, in my view, is looking very nice. Let's go to the daily. Why does it do that? Let's go to the daily, right? This to me is a bottoming pattern in place. We have broken out clearly, big volume coming in, big breakout of that long-term falling wedge right there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And now we are basically doing a retest. So I am going to trade this when we open tomorrow. This is the 1 hourly. So I'll just give you, this is the retest that we have here. I'm just waiting to see any signs of a bottom here. We could go all the way down to a retest here, which I will prefer. because then I can place my stop loss quite easily below this zone here, and I could buy it, and then hopefully it rips. If not, if it continues down, then I only lose like 5% or so on that one. So that's a beautiful one. Again, let's see if it holds here. Again, volume is coming in, and we are breaking out of a 1 year, 2 year long falling wedge. I know people will laugh, but I only look at the charts and say what I see. Again, no drawings on here. Let's go to the tan. The tan. Long term, you know, this one looks to me like it wants to make an inverted head and shoulders long term right there. It is quite scary right now, obviously. This is we broke down here. Ever since we have flushed down. We also have some one right here. It didn't hold. So right now what we're putting our faith into is that these two lows will hold. Otherwise, we're going in for a third lower low at some point in time here. We have the first, the second, and then we'll make some sort of third here. Where I don't exactly know, but there are some highs coming in here from 2014 at around 50, which could be the place where it will put in the third lower low. But long term, when it takes out that one, that bad boy, boom, that's what we're waiting for. That's basically what we're waiting for. XLE, energy sector, just looks fantastic. It's very related to oil, as you can see here. We had this big pop here, similar to oil. Again, long term, I will not dive into it. Excuse me, there it is. Long term, major uptrend, and we are closing into the 90, 93, 94. And when and if we take that one out, oil will rip big time. Looks absolutely fantastic right here. Nothing much to add, really. The banking sector, actually, this is the first time that I'm looking at it after, but this is the bear flag. So it actually has some life right now. This is a major possible, you know, the big red candle, the doji or the harami, and the big green candle here. So this is maybe the banking sector is going to surprise me. But still, we are on the bear flag, and until we can break up here, then it is bearish. The banking sector cannot lose that 2007 high here at around 30. If it does, it's game over. And right now, the past 3 weeks has maybe shown some life, you know, the big test here, and then a minor pullback, and then we can maybe snap up again here to the upside. Again, I'm bearish until proven otherwise. I need to see this 35 taken out really until I'm saying, all right, the banking sector is looking quite fine. This real estate, it's been toying with us, you know, this one up here, and then it's all the way down to the lower again with a minor fake out, and now it's trying to work its way up again. I don't know which way it will go. Let me just put it quite simply. That's the upper level, and I will probably say that the lower level is somewhere around here, maybe a tad lower. It's maybe there. Yeah, there it is. That's my opinion. Getting above here, bullish. Getting down below here, insanely bearish. What's happened here, basically, is a no man's land. So let's see. Actually, it looks more bullish than bearish. You know, the real estate sector looks more bullish right now than bearish. Huh? Who would have thought it? XME, you know, the metals and mining ETFs. It's not only gold and silver. That's also iron and all sorts of stuff in here. But last week's candle, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There it is. The inverted head and shoulders, and 53 is a big level to take out. And then obviously we have the long-term golden right here. When we take that one out, in my view, it will fly. This will be a nothing, and it will fly when we take that one out here. Again, this is the right shoulder from that possible head and shoulders. So when and if it does, you know, the 60, this whole overall major long-term head and shoulders formation is negated. But that weekly candle is beautiful. How does it look on the daily? It was a gap up, so maybe we have some more consolidation here. But anyways, this looks good in my view. Again, we need to see that break, that golden, before I'm very, very, very bullish. So roughly at around 55, 54, depending on when we get there, basically. That's all I had for today. Do you agree? what I'm showing, or do you have some other views? If so, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, that was the ETF section. I've done the shipping sector as well, which will come out tomorrow, and I will also do the what's it called, the Australian uranium miners. I will also do today or tomorrow, depending on when I have the time to do it. Again, the uranium miners looks fantastic down under, but we are closed today in the US and the Canada, so it is what it is. Give me a subscription, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Have a great day, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers.